got to get some breaking news for you. A man is dead after being shot in North Charlotte this morning. It happened on Gibbons Link Road, close to Old Statesville Road. Police say there was some sort of fight in the street, and that's when the shooting then happened. Robert McManus was shot and taken to the hospital, where he later died. Officers say the person who fired the shots did not know McManus, who eventually was shot. Police have one person in custody, and that person is being questioned. Detectives have not said what led up to the fight. This morning, crews are inside the Spectrum Center gearing up for tonight's big event, the State Farm All-Star Saturday Night. And WBTV's Caroline Hicks joining us now live from Center Court. Caroline, tonight is an exciting night, and I didn't realize all these people were going to be up this morning. What's going on there?
Yeah, Christy, that's right. We're not the only ones excited for this game. You can see people are already out here. In fact, they're practicing, warming up for a scrimmage. These are partners of the NBA. This is kind of a way for the NBA to show their gratitude to them for helping them out and sponsoring with them. And so they're out here warming up for a scrimmage. They get to be on the court where NBA legends will be in just a few hours, showing off their skills. And debatably one of the most fun nights of this weekend, where they'll be going for three-pointers, showing off their skills. And as you can see right now, some of these amateurs are doing exactly that as well. And in a minute, we're going to actually speak with one of these players out here, who's going to talk to us a little bit about what he's doing out here. Sorry to interrupt your practice, Max.
Okay.
All right, so tell us a little bit about what you're out here doing.
So we're just out here for like a scrimmage and a clinic, just kind of getting a feel for All-Star Weekend, I guess, here in Spectrum Center.
Awesome, and I hear that you're from Charlotte.
I am.
So how exciting is it to be the host of this amazing weekend?
Well, it's huge for the city. I mean, to bring all these kind of people from all over the world, really. It's an international event. And then to have it booked at one point and taken away, and then finally it's back. I think like the city's been really welcoming, and I think it's going to be a good thing.
And are you excited about tonight? I think that tonight's kind of one of the most exciting nights because you get to see all the fun skills that these guys have. What are your thoughts on that?
I always think that skills are better than the game, because I think that's the entertaining stuff that people want to see. And you know, the game's kind of lax on the defensive side of things, so I think tonight with the skills, dunk, and three-point, it'll be the most fun part of the weekend for sure.
All right, Max, we'll let you get back to it. Thanks so much. So like I said, they're going to be scrimmaging out here, and we'll show you a little bit of that as they do it, but a cool opportunity for them to be able to be on this court where, as I said earlier, all of the NBA legends will be out tonight to show off their skills. So we'll continue to bring you updates from the Spectrum Center and show you what's going on here as they prepare for the big night. Back to you guys.
Looks like a lot of fun. Caroline, thank you so much. We'll check back in with you soon. Now, celebrities who graced the red carpet then laced up their basketball shoes last night, some pulling them out of retirement, others for the first time putting them on. The Celebrity All-Star Game proved to be a close one, rather. Nate Wimberly wraps up the highlights from the Spectrum Center.
The one thing celebrities told us during the red carpet event is that they did not want to embarrass themselves. Former Carolina Panther Steve Smith Sr. more than held his own tonight. Didn't take long for Steve Smith Sr. to get in the scoring column. Smith on the break in the first quarter gets the layup. He finished with 13 points. Rapper Quavo led all scorers with 27, but he did not win the MVP. Among the former NBA players, Ray Allen put on a shooting display. He had 24 points, and former Duke star Jay Williams was swishing and dishing. He finished with 18 points and 5 assists. The home team won this one 82-80 thanks to the MVP performance of Durham native and social media star Famous Los. He had 22 points, including a 4-point shot that he drained in front of Miami Heat guard Dwayne Wade, and then he proceeded to talk some smack.
Oh, did you see my step back? Did you see my step back on Lil Man? Yeah, that's what I said to him. My family's here, and obviously I'm blessed because I'm here. I'm thankful.
The 162 combined points is the most ever in an NBA All-Star celebrity game, so it was a good night to be in Charlotte. At Bojangles Coliseum, Nate Wimberly, WBTV News 3, on your side.
He said they were worried about embarrassing themselves. They looked like they knew exactly what they were doing. They didn't look like amateurs at all.
No.
No embarrassment there at all, you guys. They did really well. Hopefully tonight's is exciting as last night's was. Dunk contest.
So.
I like that stuff.
How could it not be?
Right? I know.
As long as it's going to be inside.
Yeah, exactly. Because
You'll be
that's the
fine
problem
inside.
this weekend. One problem out of NBA All-Star Weekend is the weather.
Right. And it's not going to be horrible all day. I do want to make that clear. This is a first alert morning. We want to let you know that through the next several hours, through probably midday, we have that chance for showers. That's why we have that first alert. But it's not going to be the entire day. It's not going to ruin everything you want to do today. At least the first part of the day, though. Let's talk about what's going on. We have the warm temperatures outside for now. The warm temperatures, though, aren't going to stay around all that long. We'll put this into motion one more time. It doesn't really want to play along with me. Let's see one more time. Nah, it just doesn't want to play along. So you can see the rain, though, moving from the west to the east. You can see that big batch of rain just to the north of Charlotte, stretching up toward the Statesville area, really pulling in all the rain we've had so far and continue to see through the rest of the day. Temperatures, that's another story. Now, the rain is just the first half of the day. The second half of the day, it's not going to be nearly as wet, but it's not going to be nearly this warm either. We have temperatures mainly in the 50s for now, but we're going to see those numbers dropping off. They're not going to be going up like they typically do on a normal day. We're going to stay in the mid-50s through probably 9 o'clock in the morning. Then we're heading back to the low 50s. Even upper 40s can't be ruled out for the second half of your day. So we'll see that moving in for the day today. Tomorrow, more showers in the picture. We'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. For now, we're going to check in with Chris Larson. He's got traffic.
First Alert Traffic is sponsored by Toyota of North Charlotte. Busy in Center City this weekend with all of the NBA All-Star Game activities. Do know that all of the roads surrounding the Spectrum Center are going to be locked down and closed. The Transportation Center has also moved over to 7th. Now, if you're traveling along the Lynx Blue Line, you'll have to get off at the 3rd Street Station or the 7th Street Station. Again, there is no stop right there at the Spectrum Center, so you'll have to walk to the arena from there. If you're traveling through, you want to carry everything in a clear plastic bag because at 3rd and 7th, the trains will be emptied and swept for security reasons, then back on, but only for folks that have clear plastic bags. That's a check of traffic. Christy, over to you.
All right, Chris, if you do decide to travel into Uptown, you may have a hard time finding a parking spot, and there's nothing like a parking ticket or worse to ruin your weekend in town. WBTV investigative reporter David Hodges is on your side this morning, making sure your All-Star weekend is free of parking problems and what you should do if you think you've been towed illegally.
Parking will be at a premium near the Spectrum Center for All-Star Weekend. For some drivers, it might be tempting to roll the dice and park where you're not supposed to.
Don't give a chance to the tow truck driver to come and tow you.
Sam Surhall is owner of A1 Towing and Recovery. He expects a lot of calls this weekend from businesses and apartment complexes asking for a tow.
When you tow it, they blame it on the towing business. No, don't blame it on the towing business.
But sometimes the towing company does break the rules, even Surhall's.
They didn't follow the laws they were supposed to.
Robert Herford is an attorney with the law offices of Jason E. Taylor. He represented a woman whose vehicle was towed by Surhall's company, A1 Towing. His client says she left her car on the street, running and with the door open outside her apartment while she went inside to get a change of clothes for her son.
In that short period of time, the vehicle was hooked up and started to get towed away.
Herford took it to court, and the client was awarded the $275 she paid to get her car back. According to the magistrate's order, A1's contract for towing had expired with the apartment HOA, and there were no parking signs immediately in that area. Local ordinances have specific rules for what needs to be included in the signs.
The name of the company that is performing the tow and their contact information.
In his court filing, Surhall claimed that the driver had been warned numerous times about illegal parking. He also says she should not leave her car unlocked and running for safety reasons. Herford says any driver could take a case to a magistrate by filing a complaint in small claims court. He also says tow truck drivers are supposed to call CMPD to notify them of a tow. In 2018, there were more than 34,000 tows in the Charlotte area, but both CMPD and Herford say tow truck drivers don't always call.
To let CMPD know that this particular company isn't following the right rules and regulations.
And that was David Hodges reporting. No matter how much you think the tow company is in the wrong, Hereford says you should pay to get your car back as soon as possible so that it doesn't rack up storage fees, sometimes $25 a day. You can always file a legal complaint or go to the Better Business Bureau to try and get your money back. We'll be right back after this. Another live look at the Spectrum Center inside the Spectrum Center, where a scrimmage is getting ready to take place. Caroline Hicks is out there live, and she will have a report on what's going on early this morning before all of those NBA All-Star events take place later on today. We will check in with her soon, but first, we want to get to our product test this morning. As you know, it is NBA All-Star Weekend, so we're trying to think of some basketball-related products that we could test for you. And our producer, Ebony, found this one. It's called Hamper Hoops.
The Hamper Hoops.
So,
the Whammo Hamper Hoops.
Yeah, so if you can see this little boy here, there's some stickers over top of it, but he, it's a laundry hoop pretty much for your child. You can hang it up on
this way. You can see that boy better.
Yeah, that's better. It's an As Seen on TV product. You can hang the basketball hoop on the back of your door, and then it has a bag, and they can put their laundry away using the hoops.
I brought my laundry to throw in the hoop.
Some clothes. We're going to try it out. We've got the hoop already hooked up on one of our monitors back there, and it does come with a little bag to catch the laundry. Now, I will say that the hoop is smaller than I anticipated it, so this is obviously for children's clothes. So
and we do not wear children's size clothes.
Right, exactly. So we will have to see if the hoop will handle our clothes. We're going to play a round of pig on the product test.
I'm ready.
So, did you play basketball?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, did you?
Up until 8th grade, so I got a little edge on you here.
On me. I'm ready.
I wasn't good though, I can tell you that.
I've got my laundry on my side.
Oh,
you didn't even need the hoop.
It didn't go in the hoop, but it went in the it went in the bag anyway. So
I guess that kind of counts.
We will try that out at 7:45. It is NBA All-Star Weekend, if you haven't heard us say that a million times, but you can't have NBA All-Star Weekend without the apparel, and Chuck from Lids Sporting Group is joining us this morning. Good morning, Chuck.
Good morning, Christy. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for bringing this awesome display and some of these products to show us what you guys have. This is Lids Store. We know the lids and the hats. You're in several malls. Tell us where we can find these products in our area.
Good question. So in the Charlotte area, we're in pretty much every mall. If you go from South Park in the center of the city and around 485 or all the way around North Lake, Concord Mills, Carolina Place, Charlotte Premium Outlets, and yes, even in Gastonia for the people that are staying about 30 miles outside of the city for the All-Star Weekend.
Yep, probably a little less expensive out there, so I'm sure they'll be out there. So this is awesome because you don't have to actually go to the game to get in on some of the apparel. It's going to be outside of the Spectrum Center if you need it.
Absolutely. And that's a large part of the reason why we brought it in is we know through history in other cities when the All-Star Game's going on that fans will go to some of the events, but a lot of the fans won't go to the arena.
Right.
Maybe because of the pricey tickets or whatever it is, but they love to get out and shop and have something to take back home where they're from.
For sure. So tell us what you have, what you brought for us today. What kind of apparel are we looking at here?
You got it. Good question again. So I wish that there were a bigger table because the selection in the stores is massive.
Sure.
I would invite the customers, the fans that are in the area to come out to the stores through the weekend and not just look at the recent this year 2019 All-Star gear. Our company did a great job of bringing back previous year All-Star gear.
Oh, cool.
If you go back to the last time the Hornets hosted the All-Star game in 1991.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
Right, and it's headwear, it's also apparel. For those who remember the game, the warm-up suits that the players wore, they're in the stores.
Really?
Yeah, they've been a hit all week. Fans have just loved them.
That is so cool. I was just going to ask that. You guys have been pretty busy this week, haven't you?
I tell you, it picked up starting on Wednesday. And the great thing is when you see these fans come from, and I'll tell you two states that stick out in my mind, New Jersey and Ohio. There's just been a massive amount of people that have come down from those two areas because we speak, out there on the sales floor talking to people, asking them where they're from, what brought them to town, who's your favorite player, things like that. These fans have come to town and they're having a great time.
That's awesome. Good to hear. Now, I know you guys can customize some of the products. What kind of things would we?
We can customize pretty much anything that we sell, headwear, apparel, and even in our locker room store, some of the novelty items. A great example of something would be right here, where you've got embroidographs is what we call it. It is the embroidery that goes on the hat with the NBA players' names
Okay.
and their uniform number.
Got it.
And we've done a little customization on there to give it an all-star flair.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
yeah,
So,
we do that for NBA. We also do it for all the other leagues also throughout the year.
okay. Would I be able to come in and just ask you, I want this?
On the spot.
Okay, cool.
Sure
Got it.
can. It's done in a few minutes.
All right, awesome, good to hear. Well, check out a lid store if you're interested in getting any of this apparel and you can't quite make it to the game. They're certainly at all of the malls in this area. Chuck, thanks so much for explaining what you guys have to offer this weekend.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. We hope you have a good, busy weekend.
Oh.
We'll be right back after this. Now at 6:30, we're taking a live look inside the Spectrum Center in Uptown, where in just a few hours, the NBA All-Star events will continue. We're bringing you team coverage all morning long with details of the events happening today that you certainly won't want to miss. Good Saturday morning to you, and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Christy O'Connor.
And I'm Lee Brock.
Whenever the radar is behind us, you know there's something to look out for. Lee, we're waking up to some rain this morning.
We are. We have a first alert for the morning hours, but the good news is it just goes for the morning hours. We're not going to see rain all day long, but we have a couple more hours where we do have to deal with it. Look at all of that rain moving from the west to the east, but here's the good news. Even though we do have heavy rain over the area right now, you'll notice back to the west, the southern mountains of North Carolina already starting to dry out just a little bit, and the rest of us will too, but for now, yeah, if you're traveling around, we do have the rain in place for now. Here's the Uptown Charlotte area. You see Charlotte right there in the middle. You've got 485 right around it, 77, 85. Everybody, even though it's not heavy rain, we all have the rain falling for now. As we head into the afternoon hours, the rain is not going to be much of an issue anymore, but it's going to be cooler outside. We have temperatures in the mid 50s right now, but in the afternoon, we're going to be in the low 50s, if not the upper 40s. It wouldn't surprise me. So it's going to be a much cooler day. We're also going to see the rain kind of moving out, maybe a couple of showers, but overall not a complete washout today.
All right, well, that's the good news. Lee, thank you. Tens of thousands of people are in the Queen City right now for All-Star Weekend, and even if you didn't get tickets for the game, you can still take part in the festivities. WBTV's Caroline Hicks joining us now live with details on how you can still make the most of your weekend in Uptown. Caroline, it's already up and running in the Spectrum Center, even early this morning.
Good morning. That's right. Several hours still until the NBA players are out here, but you can see we already have some players out here right now doing a little scrimmaging. And I'm going to bring in the expert here who's going to talk to us a little bit about what's going on. Can you kind of explain what's going on right here at Center Court?
Absolutely. We have an opportunity to have some of our marketing partners come out and scrimmage this morning. It's an opportunity every year where we have some of our marketing partners who have come in from around the world participate and enjoy some basketball, which we're obviously here to celebrate all weekend long here right on the All-Star Court.
Awesome. And pretty cool for them to be able to be on the court where these players are going to be tonight. And can you talk a little bit about the event that's going to be going on here tonight?
Absolutely. So tonight we have our skills contest. So it's the State Farm All-Star Saturday night. We'll have the three-point contest. We will also have the AT&T Slam Dunk and a lot of exciting activity here at the Spectrum Center.
Awesome. And for people who aren't able to attend tonight's event, but they're in Charlotte, they're in the thick of all of the fun this weekend, what opportunities do they have to kind of still take part in the festivities?
So we're encouraging people to come down to the Epicenter right across the street here from the Spectrum Center, and we're hosting NBA All-Star at Epicenter, which is our ultimate fan destination. So we're holding our crossover event, which is the intersection of the NBA and pop culture. We have immersive experiences across technology, media, we've got gaming, we've got a number of our partners that are out participating. So interactive activities, fans can register at NBAevents.com. Also, we're really encouraging fans to follow us at NBA All-Star for real-time updates on what players and legends will be appearing at the Epicenter today.
All right, well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And there are going to be events going on all day leading up to tonight. They'll be doing a practice. There's also going to be opportunities for younger people within the NBA to be practicing. And so we'll keep you updated on the events that are going on today. But for now, I'm live in the Spectrum Center. Caroline Hicks, WBTV, on your side.
All right, Caroline, don't have too much fun out there. Thank you. Good morning. We are at the Spectrum Center where all the action is happening this weekend, and we've stepped behind the counter into the concession area with Executive Chef of the Spectrum Center, Chef John Morey. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for letting us come into your territory. I know it's a huge week for you.
Busy.
First of all, how are you feeling?
Good. I feel really good about this upcoming event. It's going to be exciting. We got a lot of great things to offer, and we're having a good time doing it.
Absolutely. Now, compared to a normal Charlotte Hornets game day, how does this compare? Are you doing quite a bit more than your regular schedule?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have 16,000+ people in our concessions areas and in our suites, which would be a very big game for us.
Absolutely.
I think the piece that really puts us over is feeding the production crews.
Okay.
So we're feeding up to 800,000 people a day. We start tomorrow.
Okay, Wednesday.
All the way through
Tuesday.
Yes. Yeah, Tuesday. All the way through Sunday.
Okay.
So we'll feed those people. So that brings a challenge, but we're having a good time putting this stuff out.
Wow, incredible. Really round the clock work for you, probably preparing for this day. What can some of the fans expect that might be different than what they experienced on a normal day at the Spectrum Center?
We have a couple items which we have featured here that aren't on our menus that we'd like to go talk about a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have over here, we have a smoked salmon, which has been hickory smoked, and avocado toast.
Ooh.
So it's a play on avocado toast. So it's a puree of avocado seasoned. It has
delicious.
A little lemon caper aioli on top, and it's lightly toasted baguette.
Is this difficult, since you're feeding so many people, something a little bit more than your average cheeseburger or nachos that you'd get at a game? Is that harder to do for so many people?
It's all about the process.
Okay.
As long as we have the right process to take care of the food safely to get where it has to go, we don't have any problems. And since we have a bunch of different places that we can produce this, we're good. So we don't have that much of an issue.
Okay. Now, are you trying to play off of some of the rich traditions of the South when you're picking these menu items?
There's something about the South and the smoking and the hickory wood that the world loves.
Yeah.
And we kind of want to feature some of those things, but also too, like the salmon's not out of your backyard.
Right.
But it's the process that we're doing, making the sandwich. So I think with the pork, we do the burger and the pimento cheese on top of it.
Yum,
so
pimento cheese.
Yeah, so everything has a little regional touch to it, and I think we really want to feature that.
Absolutely. All right, what do we have back behind the salmon there?
This is smoked pork nachos.
Okay.
Again, it's got a white queso, cheese,
Yum.
fresh jalapenos, green onions, and the pork is our own sauces and our own rubs, so it gives it that unique flavor.
Delicious. Okay. What do we have there?
This right here is our pimento cheese. It's our NBA All-Star Burger.
Love it.
It's a double patty, so it's 8 ounces of cheeseburger. It's lettuce and tomato, pickle, and we have a house-made pimento cheese, which is just kind of melted right on top.
Delicious. And then the waffle fries. You got to top it off with that.
We sell so many waffle fries. I mean, they're like part of the Spectrum Center.
Absolutely, fan favorite for sure. And what about back here?
We have pulled pork sandwiches, something that's just pure regional that people could enjoy. We smoke in-house, we make our salsa in-house, and we have our rubs made in-house. And the last thing we're featuring on our portables is shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits.
How could you forget?
Stone ground grits, made with tasso ham, barbecue shrimp on top, and served with a little crostini.
Delicious. What are you most looking forward to this weekend and excited about?
I want people just to enjoy the regional food that we have.
Yeah.
I just want people to understand that we have a rich history in food. Ours is unique to everybody in the world. And I just want them to have a piece of memory, not just about the game, because it's all about the game.
Sure.
But if they can remember the game and also remember that great sandwich they had, that great avocado toasted salmon.
Yeah.
Those nachos are fantastic.
Well, we know you're working hard to make it memorable for everyone involved, and we appreciate you taking a little time out of your busy week to speak with us and explain what some of the fans are going to experience this weekend.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, Chef Morey, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this.